Hey guys, Lizardlea here for Lovebird's Wedding Day 6. Oh. Here is the progress from Day 5. This is really difficult. I need to stand up. There we go. So, I don't know, I'm like almost halfway. Almost. There we go. I did. Okay, I have less than 24 hours remaining in not Name of the Wind, The Wise Man's Fear? The Wise Man's Fear. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go stitch now. Alright, so Devoted isn't joining today, but instead of the random questions, I have built up a little bit of a log of things that I can talk about that I have not yet watched or done with Devoted. So here we go. I watched the movie Simply Irresistible. It stars... Hold. I'm looking at her face. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Buffy. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I love Buffy. She's an amazing actress. And then her co-star is Sean Patrick Flanery. And he's an amazing actor. So I was like, this is going to be a great movie. And it's a romance. I love romance movies. You guys, this is one of the most garbage movies to ever be garbage. It is so bad. Like, what year is it? 1999. This is before Buffy, right? And I'm assuming before, oh god, what's the movie that I know him from really well? The Boondock Saints. No, that's also 1999. Hopefully Boondock Saints was the standout. Oh god, Buffy was 1997. She had already started Buffy. Oh, that's Devoted. Sorry, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. It's such a bad movie. That's the main point of this. Sarah Michelle Gellar plays a character named Amanda, and gosh, is it her aunt that she works in a restaurant with? And apparently it's just a known thing that she is a terrible cook. And this restaurant is failing. It's completely failing. And Sean Patrick Flanery is Tom, a very, very successful man who is going on a fourth date with a girl, and that's a problem because he has graphs and stuff. He's a really weird guy. And they go on a date to Amanda's restaurant. And there was a magic crab at the start, and it makes people speak the truth because that's what Amanda wants when she's cooking it. And so everybody starts speaking the truth after they eat the crab. Like, it's such a bad movie. Like, it doesn't matter that the two of them are great actors. They were given nothing. They were given garbage. Like, the first thing I told David, I was like, this needs to be on the list of movies that you watch with Robert when you guys need, just something to talk trash about the entire time. Because it's just so bad. It's so bad. I can't in good conscience recommend this movie to anyone because it's not a good romance movie. It's just, if you like bad movies and you like to make fun of them, it's perfect. But it's so bad. Okay. The next movie is Idiocracy. starring Luke Wilson. Great actor, love him. Can't think of what I know him from. Oh my gosh, David's calling again. I can't win today. Okay, I'm back, and I literally just remembered Luke Wilson. I know him from Legally Blonde. Loved him in that role. Idiocracy was, I mean, I would put it as better than Simply Irresistible, but I don't really see myself rewatching either one, honestly. It's set in, it starts in, what was it, the 90s, I think it was. Luke Wilson's character is Joe. He is pulled from, let's see, I think he works for the military, possibly as a civilian. He's very average. Possibly below average, I can't remember. But for a project where they're going to, what was it? Was it freeze him? Like cryogenic sleep for a year or something like that? And they also get a prostitute named Rita, and she's also put in one of these sleep units or whatever. But lo and behold, something goes wrong, and their pods are not opened until like 1,000 years later or 100, like way more in the future than they were supposed to be, to the point that they don't know a single person on Earth now. And it has gone through some crap. And one of, like, the thing it opens on is smart people are not procreating because they're like, oh no, I need to put more money aside so that our babies have a better life. And they keep doing that until, you know, the man in the relationship dies. So then the woman's like, well, I guess I'm not going to have any kids because the love of my life is dead. Versus the stupid people who are stupid, don't care that they don't have enough money for their kids, and they just keep having children. And then their children have children, and they're also stupid. And it just, society gets to a point where everybody is an idiot. And Joe, in current times, although he was really stupid in the past, or just average, is now the smartest person on the planet. If you're interested in it, I would recommend it. Like, I wouldn't spoil any more. If you're not interested, I don't think that's a problem. It's not a bad movie. I mean, honestly, the best part of it is Terry Crews. He's the president of the U.S. and Terry Crews is he's amazing in every role I've seen him in. My favorite to date still has to be Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Loved him in that. And I haven't seen it since it came out, but I remember really liking him in White Chicks. So if you're a huge fan of Terry Crews, and that's all that you need, watch the movie. Otherwise, like, it's not great. I don't regret watching it, but I don't think I'll rewatch it. I have rewatched Legally Blonde more times than I can count, though. That's a great movie. Okay. Oh, the next one I have is Shazam! Fury of the Gods. So that is the sequel to the first Shazam movie, or the first live-action Shazam movie, I guess. I genuinely really enjoyed it. It looks like, according to the internet, most people did not, or at least not nearly as much as they did the first one. And I will say between the two, I do think I know I liked the first one more, but I still really liked the sequel. I think the biggest detractor for the sequel, for me at least, I don't know about the internet, I don't tend to care what other people think about the movies that I watch, because there are plenty of people who I disagree with, and that's fine. It's not a problem. But I don't need to go out of my way to learn what they disagree with me on, because they probably aren't going to change my mind, or at least not in a positive way, seeing as I really liked the movie and they didn't care for it. Not positive. Anyways, my main issue is the kid. Oh my gosh. What is Shazam's name? Billy Batson. That's his name. Billy Batson is 17 going on 18. All right. But when he is transformed to Shazam, he acts significantly more childish. In the first one, it kind of irked me a little, where I was like, this guy's amazing at acting like he's younger than he is. You know, he's just a child in a man's body. Love it. But at the same time, it was like, why is Billy suddenly so much more childish just because he has these powers? Like, at the start, it's, like, completely believable. I feel like I would feel like a child again if I was given crazy powers. But it eventually got to the point where it just felt like a different character. And they never explained that, you know, like, oh, you know, it changes his thoughts or it scrambles his brains. Like, there's nothing like that. So when suddenly he acts so much more childish, it just doesn't feel believable. It doesn't feel like it's the same character. So it's really hard to see Shazam and remember, oh, right, this is 17-year-old Billy. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. I guess it just kind of took me out of the movie a little. Not consistently, but yeah, there were a couple times where I just wish the direction had pulled him back a little bit more. Or, if anything, you know, say he's younger than he is. But I think in the original one he was already 16, so I could be wrong, but yeah, doesn't matter. If you liked the first one, I think you'll like the second one as well. And I laughed really, really hard, like out loud hard, at the end credits scene. So I enjoyed it. There was like a surprise that in hindsight I felt really stupid I didn't see coming, but at the time it totally got me. So I mean, I thought they handled that really well. I'm usually the person who's calling everything to the point that some people refuse to watch stuff with me because I will speculate aloud, and a lot of times I'm right and they think it's a spoiler, but I'm like, I'm just speculating. I could be wrong. But it was good. Like, all of the kids are amazing. I love all of them as kids, and, you know, in the Shazam powers. It's so good. I loved it. I definitely will watch it again, and I hope they get another sequel. Like, I hope this becomes a trilogy or more, because I really liked it. So let's see, the first one was 2019, so pre-COVID, and this one was 2023, so 4 years. Maybe. I hope so. I know a lot of people didn't enjoy it, but I did. And then the last thing that I currently have, I played a video game titled 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. It was originally Japanese, so of course it's been translated. Probably why it's 9 persons rather than 9 people, but whatever. Doesn't matter. It's really interesting, really intriguing, and it has multiple endings. I personally recommend doing all of them. I think it's worth it. You play as a boy who wakes up in this room and he has no idea what's going on. And suddenly water starts filling up in the room. He looks to the window where the water's coming from, and it looks like a porthole that you would see on a ship. So he's just like, am I in a boat? What is going on? And you have to solve a puzzle in the room in order to make it out. I don't think there's any time limit in the game at any point. So if you're like me and a timer stresses you out, you don't have to worry about that. You have all the time in the world you need to look for clues and figure stuff out. And you get out of that room, or well, actually, you're still in the room. At one point, you look to your wrist and you have this huge contraption attached to your wrist. And it says 6. Right? No, it's 5. He's 5. Junpei is 5. I'm sorry, I lied to you. And you can't get it off. You don't know anything about this. So eventually you get out of the room, you run down a hallway, and you come into this room that has just this grand staircase going up and down, and suddenly other people start showing up. And you learn immediately everybody has one of these contraptions on their wrist, and no one knows what's going on. Junpei, your character, recognizes one of the other players, and she recognizes him as someone she went to elementary school with. And so she's just like, Jumpy! Because that's the nickname he got. And I don't think he says her name. I feel like he can't, because they're going to start saying their names when someone, I don't know who, I can't remember, is just like, no, we don't want to give whoever kidnapped us any more knowledge than they already have. We need to use code names. So you learn everyone has a different number on their wristwatch. So let's see if I remember. Number 1 is Ace. 2 is Snake, for snake eyes. You roll 2 ones. 3 is Santa, and he says it because in Japanese, san is 3, so Santa. 4 is Clover, like a 4-leaf clover. 5 is Junpei. Everyone already knows his name, so they call you Junpei. 6 is the girl that you know, and she goes by June, which is the 6th month in the year. Let's see, 7 is 7 because he can't think of any other word to represent his number. I like that. 8 is Lotus because a lotus flower, when usually drawn, typically has 8 petals. I think. I'm pretty sure that's the reasoning she gives. It's been a little while since I played it. And then 9, he goes by 9. There is lots of death in this game, especially depending on which ending you go towards. It's not like super graphic. This is what is it called? A graphic novel game. It does have a lot of reading. So you do go around solving puzzles, but you also read a lot. So if that's a deal breaker, I would not recommend this game. Like I said, it has multiple endings. I did one playthrough, didn't Google anything, and then I was like, wait, what? Like, I can't even tell you what ending I got because it's a spoiler. Because in the ideal run, it is not the first playthrough you do. Go me. So I would recommend Googling, 999, what's the best order to play. And the first thing that popped up for me was a Reddit thread of somebody, I think, playing with their boyfriend or whatever, and they were just like, I don't want any spoilers. What's the best order to do these in? And it gives 0 spoilers. It was literally just like, number 3, number 7, number 9. There you go. And after me telling you the characters' names, just listing numbers, it's not people that you're choosing. So it's not a spoiler. I also don't think those were the correct numbers for any of the routes, but it doesn't matter. I would recommend following that list because you learn something new based on making different choices and what orders you go in. There is, I think the first one you do actually gives you a to be continued, which a lot of people really hated, but I actually really enjoyed it because I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to do that run again, and it's there's going to be more because I will have more knowledge, and I'll get to act on that. Is that devoted to some? I will finish this later. I'm sorry. Okay, David and I are both home, so no matter who texts me, really, I'm going to mute my phone, because there should not be any emergencies. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, I was talking about 999. I remember every character's name. Okay, it might sound like a spoiler, but it's not. 9 doesn't have a name because he's the first person to die. And it happens off screen. Essentially, his bracelet explodes or whatever. But depending on what choice you make, you will see some of the aftermath. I'm pretty sure just blood. I don't think they actually show any disturbing pictures, but it's described in the text. So if that's a problem, I don't think it'd be a game for you. Yeah, I think it's worth doing all of the endings. I'm pretty sure I said that before. Because you learn something new with each run. So very early on, I thought I had pegged who was to blame for putting us all in this situation. Because you'll learn very quickly. A lot of the characters speculate that one of the 9 people is involved in the situation you've been put in. And so it's a matter of trying to deduce who you think it is, who it could be. And I thought very early on, I was like, oh, it's this person. I was wrong. And even with several of the endings, I was still not correct on what the quote-unquote true ending is. And I will say that the true ending is the happiest one. And I think you learn enough with the other endings that it makes the true ending really satisfying, because by that point you're attached to a lot of the characters. Or at least, you know enough about them that you just care. You may not be attached, but you care. And it's really cool. And I played it on the Steam. I believe, let's see. Yeah, it looks like it originally came out on the Nintendo DS. I don't know. I can't speak for the Nintendo DS version, but the one on Steam, you can see a kind of a graph, I guess. I don't know the proper term. and you can click where you want to start. So I will say the very beginning where you are alone in a room, I did that puzzle and everything for that one time. Because once I finished each individual run, I would just click on the very first choice option so that if I wanted to do a different one, I could. So if you're playing on Steam, the multiple endings won't take you nearly as long as you think they will. Obviously, your first time with each of the puzzle rooms will take you the longest because you're going to be spending time thinking about them and trying to figure it out. There are a few number puzzles. The majority of them are fairly easy, pretty straightforward. Like the game gives you a calculator. I did not need it. But in the final true ending, there was a puzzle where I was like, I give up. I'm not doing this. I'm not wasting my time. I don't care. And I just Googled it. And even after seeing the answers, I still don't think I understand how they got to it. So even an accountant who was really good at math did not have enough patience to sit down and do every single one of them. Like, let's see, how did they do the first puzzle? It was, I don't remember how is it the nonary game? Whatever. So we'll just say you have the numbers 9, 3, and 2. So you add those together. 9 plus 3 is 12. Plus 2, right? 9, 3, 2, is that what I said? 14. You have 14. And then you add those two numbers together. Oh, it's the root. The root number, I think, is what they called it. So I said 14. So you have 1 and 4. You add those together. The root number is 5. The root for 9, 3, 2 is 5. Because you add them all up and you keep adding the numbers up until you have a single digit number. So like you could do 90 plus 3 plus 2. So you would have 905. 9 plus 0 plus 5. You get 14. Then you get 5 again. I'm not good at explaining things. The game does a very good job of explaining it. And a lot of times I was like, okay, I want to do this. I'm number 5. I could go here with this person and we add up to 9 because it's 999. 9 is the special number here. I would be planning it out. And then I'd get there and I'd be expecting, okay, I need to say I want to go through this door with this person and this person. But no, the game is like, okay, here are the different options we have. What one do you want to do? Like, it was very convenient and really nice because I was like, oh, okay, it's not all on me. Which, honestly, it does feel believable because I feel like in a lot of games, the expectation is, like the player does everything. Versus in this one, it was like, yeah, there are people in here, Junpei is, I'm assuming, like somewhere from high school to 23, maybe. But there are straight up adults in this game with him. It was really nice to see the adults, adulting. Standing up and being like, okay, these are the options. This is what we can do. It felt very believable. I liked it. I thought it was good. There was one time where I got to make a choice and I got that ending. And then in my next run, I got to make a different choice. And the game called me out on it. And I was just like, what? Like, it blew my mind that a previous run had potential consequences. I don't think it actually had consequences, but like it felt like the game knew I was on a second run or a third or whatever, and it just made it super interesting to me. I don't know how else to sell the game. Like, if you like puzzles, I think the puzzles are fun. There were a couple where I had to Google a hint because I was like, I'm not understanding this. I don't get it. And there were a couple times where I was getting frustrated and I was like, okay, let me just like retrace my steps. And I realized, oh, I just needed to go back and talk to this person. I kept focusing on the puzzle when the way to continue is to talk to her. It was only a couple times when it was like that. Usually it is just do the puzzle. But it was really cool. And I've started the second one. I think is it Zero Escape? No, that doesn't seem right. One moment. So it's the Nonary games. Let me click play and it'll give me the two. Oh, Virtue's Last Reward. I haven't finished it yet, but I've been playing it and so far it's really cool. And it is a sequel. I have met at least 2 people that I already knew, which I was totally not expecting. I thought it was just going to be, oh, same situation, new day, new people, So, hopefully it's good. And that is the end of Lovebird's Wedding Day 6. I got 4 hours and 36 minutes of footage. Pull him around. So, the right side is pretty much done. Basically, it's just the our names and the date. But it's looking good. I'm excited. So yeah. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. I'll see you guys in the next video.